So we are going to ask the panelists to discuss how smart manufacturing can help our industry survive in a post-pandemic era. So the first question I would like to ask Mr. Huang from TAITRA. So again, usually our TIMTOS and TMTS were held separately in Taipei and Taichung respectively. But in 2022, it's going to be held together. So what made you decide to have the exhibition together? So in 2020, TMTS were moved online due to the pandemic, and the TIMTOS, which was scheduled to be held March this year, it was also moved online due to the pandemic. And looking ahead in 2022, considering the fact that both exhibitions were not able to be held physically, we thought since 2022 is going to be a very pivotal year, just like our distinguished speakers, for example, Mr. Zhu and Mr. Yan, they all have mentioned that the industry were impacted by the pandemic. But starting Q4 last year, we started to see that the economic cycle was starting to bounce back. And we've seen a 30% growth already this year. And again, just like some of the previous speakers have mentioned, as economies continue to recover, as demands for EVs and aerospace technologies and also green energy industries continue to go up, next year is going to be a pivotal year for us. So with the help of different government agencies, we were able to discuss with TAMI and TMBA and close a deal to organize TIMTOS and TMTS together. So again, we believe that 2022 is a very pivotal year for economic recovery. And next February, it's also going to be the largest, also the most significant physical exhibition in Taiwan. So it's going to symbolize the fact that our industries have risen from the ashes during the age of the pandemic. So it's truly a remarkable exhibition. So we believe that by having these two exhibitions together, it's going to be 1 + 1 greater than 2. It's like a dream team for us. So we are seeing the stars align in the sky. We're seeing all the things, all the pieces of the puzzle coming together. And I truly believe that next year's exhibition is going to be truly remarkable. Yes, indeed, it is like a major league all-star team or a dream team. And as you mentioned, having a large-scale organization or exhibition like this, you really need to bring different people together. So I would like to ask our next speaker, what are your thoughts? So just like Mr. Huang said, our two associations were very proud and very honored to come together to form the all-star team, the dream team. And with all the pieces coming together, I'm confident that we can create a lot of opportunities. However, we are still concerned in the back of our mind about the pandemic. So just like Mr. Zhu and Mr. Yan said, it's been 2 years since the last time we had a physical exhibition. But we have all these energy built up, pent up even, that we are ready to just unleash. So please do remember to go to the booths to really see the energy, the confidence of our manufacturers, of our companies. It's going to be truly impressive. And I have to say, all the companies, they are sparing no expense developing and investing into new machinery and new machine tools. And that's why we also hold competitions every year, competing to see who has the most innovation. And we also have a variety of other activities. And our association will continue to serve our members. And we're going to continue to upgrade the industry to make us more competitive and more international. Thank you, Mr. Wei. And next, I would like to ask Mr. Hsu. Geographically speaking, Taichung is definitely the #1 hub of the machine tool industry. So I would like to ask you, what expectations do you have moving the exhibition from Taichung to Taipei? So yes, Taichung is a hub of machine tools. I would say about 90% of Taiwan's machine tool industry is located in Taichung. It's within a 60-kilometer radius within Dadu Mountain, which is in Taichung. So you see all these different manufacturing companies. They're all there. They're all clustered there. And I also used to play sports. And when you engage in different sports activities, I think 400-meter relay is always the best event to see in track and field. Because when you have 400-meter relay, you have to have star runners, sprinters coming together. And they have to work in synergy. They have to pass the baton seamlessly. And I see the same thing in machine tool industry. We need to pass the batons seamlessly in order to work as a team. So in 2020, during the onset of the outbreak of the pandemic, the government asked us to manufacture face masks. And you can see that all the different companies, we used to be competitors, we used to compete against each other, but we all came together in the time of need. We used to fight against each other, but now we fight with, alongside each other. And we were able to come up with different production lines to manufacture face masks, and our capacity exceeded 1.5 million, or actually 15 million face masks per day. So in the past, TIMTOS was held in Taipei, TMTS was held in Taichung, but now we are coming together in Taipei next February from 21st to 26th. And I have to say, it's definitely going to be 1 + 1 greater than 2. And over the past 2 years, we have shown our worth to the rest of the world. Our machine tool industry has really shined. And next year, coming together in Taipei, I hope that the rest of the world can again be marveled by the resilience, by the energy of our industry. They can really see the brilliance and collaboration of all the companies in Taiwan. We're all marketing and introducing made in Taiwan products to the rest of the world. And I'm confident that this exhibition is going to work wonders for our industry. So yes, 1 + 1 greater than 2. That's something that we expect to see at the exhibition next year. And next, for Mr. Yen, we know that during last year's TIMTOS, TTGroup launched the first smart manufacturing production line for scooters, and you got a lot of orders after the launch of the line. And you were also the recipient of a manufacturing award. So could you share with us your vision at TTGroup? This is a very big topic. And yes, for the award, it doesn't just look at manufacturing sector, it also looks at service sector. And we were the only company from our industry to be nominated. And if you look at all the other nominees, they were like Foxconn, all these large companies. We were the only one that is a machine tool company that was nominated. So yes, transformation, upgrade, it's very important for us. And we also believe that it's important that we use digital tools to allow our products and our users to be better, allow our users to be more satisfied by our products. I believe that's the goal of our digital transformation. So in the past, when people talk about automation, there were a lot of bottlenecks, obstacles. So people worked for about 20 years, but automation never really took off. And I think it's because we never got the real meaning of automation. There were some operators who would have to load or unload materials into the machines, even in the age of automation. And some people thought that by automation, you mean you get rid of all workers. Everything's up to the machine. But I don't think we need to go to the extremes of the spectrum. When we talk about automation, it's about allowing your production line to continue to run smoothly without sacrificing your yield. That should be the aim of automation. And you need to use a plethora of different digital tools to help you manage your production lines better. So there are different sensors, different softwares that you can use. And you can be very efficient. You can allow the production lines to simulate before you actually turn it off. Maybe the day before you turn it off, you can use softwares, sandboxes to simulate what's going to happen. All these are useful tools that we can use in automation. So I have to say that our company is like a cook or a chef, and we have a lot of dishes ready for you. It's like a huge banquet. And just by talking today, I may not be able to show you. You have to come to the booth. Okay, thank you. And next for Mr. Zhu. In addition to working hard domestically, we also need to work internationally. So could you share with us? We know that Fairfield Group, they are working very brilliantly internationally, and you are a leader in the industry. So could you share with us, against the backdrop of COVID-19 and freight challenges, logistic challenges, how can you break through these challenges? I think for the machine tool industry, we do have an uphill battle to fight, but here in Taiwan, we also have our opportunities. So yes, we have challenges and we have opportunities. And based on my own personal observation and experience running my own company, I have some thoughts to share. I think along the way, Fairfield, we went from a very small company. We only produce like one machine tool per year. And now we are selling our products to the entire world. And I have to say, we are selling to the rest of the world out of necessity. It is a way for us to survive. And because of COVID-19, it's really impacting global value chains and supply chains. And it looks like it's recovering right now, but there are still a lot of variables, a lot of uncertainties in the future. So for example, the new variant, Omicron, that is a variable. And I estimate, I guess I'm more optimistic. I think this new variant would not be as scary as it is reported. Nonetheless, we shouldn't underestimate its potential impact. So the market is always changing, and I think I've been doing business in a number of countries, and I can see that we have representatives from Philip here today, and he also should know that we have regular meetings together, and we always talk about our managers from different countries. And one of our managers can actually speak English, German, and Japanese. And I think Philip understands that the world is changing, the market is changing, customers are changing. If you look at the automobile industry, aerospace industry, energy industry, all these different industries, even healthcare, everything is changing. So I would like to remind us all that we still need to be careful here in Taiwan because there are a lot of competitors out there. South Korea is a formidable competitor. So next year or this year, we have been investing in a lot of changes. We are dividing our company into 3 parts. And we're also integrating and consolidating different entities within our group. So we are now 3 large entities within our group. And this July, we completed our first task. And we were able to expand our capitals. We got funding from 2 PE companies. And now the market value of this entity is about $1.05 billion US. Another entity is invested or in talks with about 30 PE companies around the world. They all want to invest in us. And this, the market cap of this entity is about $2.4 billion US. And we're going to issue out 10% new shares to these private equity companies. So you may be asking, why do we need all these money? Because next year, the mission that I give to our CFO is to make sure that we can have more than $640 million US in cash on our hand so that we can better cope with the appreciation of Taiwan dollars. We can better cope with raw material prices rising. We can better cope with logistics. We need to be localized, but we also need to be internationalized. We are going to be deployed across 15 different countries in the world. And in the past, we worked with dealers, but now we're getting the control back. We're going to sell directly rather than go through the dealers. So in this industry, you need resources, you need talent, you need technology, you need market, you need products. And all of these, you need to think about what your clients want, not just what you want. So I can tell Philip that we already have $640 million US on hand, and $84 million US is from Taiwanese banks like Land Bank, Changhua Bank, First Bank, and Cooperation Bank. Is a syndicated loan from these banks. So we got syndicated loans, and I got my I got these loans without having to provide my own collaterals. That goes to show how much the banks trust in us. So we were able to get $84 million US. So we got $84 million from syndicated loans. We also got it from venture capitalists, private equities, and we increased our capitals. And we were able to deal with some idle assets. Some of our idle assets, like unused plants or lots of land. And we also had our own savings from the banks. And that's how we were able to pool all these money together. So I think this also goes to show the resilience of the Taiwanese. I'm sure that you can all identify with this resilience. In the face of uncertainties and change, sometimes you may think it's crisis in front of you, but in Chinese, the words for crisis the same as opportunity. So in the next few years, we have a lot of opportunities, and we can really transform and elevate our game.
Yeah, in face of the crisis of global supply chain and also appreciation of currency, you really have to have all the options in mind. Here, I would like to thank all of our panelists for sharing so much with us today. And that ends our leaders dialogue today. And thank you once again for your participation. And lastly, we would like to end our press conference with a group photo. So I would like to invite all of our guests on the stage to gather together and have a photo together. Thumbs up, everybody. We hope TIMTOS and TMTS together that will create the benefits of 1 + 1 better than 2. All right. Your fist clenched. Let's have a photo together. Please look to your left. And then to your right, we'll do another photo. All right, last one. Let's do another pose. Okay, yeah. The last one here. Thank you once again for your participation. Thank you to all our friends from the press. And that ends the TIMTOS and TMTS 2022 Global Press Conference. Thank you.